war never changes. In 1776, this great nation accepted that armed conflict was the only way to preserve our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If our founding fathers could only see us now. From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought. And now, the Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation. That is why today, July 4th, 2076, 300 years after our great nation began, we gather together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you, the good people of America, so that if the bombs do come, if the end does come, our way of life will endure. But not everyone will be saved. Those chosen to enter this vault must be our best and our brightest. For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself. So as we stand here today, we pray that the world will know peace. But if that is not our destiny, if war must come, we stand together knowing that here in Vault 76, our future begins.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough. Today is Reclamation Day. It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
Okie dokie. Not sure about any of these. She looks angry. Type. not sure what's pretty about them. Nice. Rosie. Nice. They are white. Blue. Type. Mac. Average. Go with that one. Yeah. Color. I think it's frazzled. It's good. Yikes. Went to the welder. Ugh. I think that's what I had to pull out for. color. Kind of what my hair is at the moment. That's very bright. Yeah. Hmm. Sure, why not? Extra. Ooh. Well, hmm. Yeah. Take me back to my gold days. Go on then. Damage. Mm. Right. Perhaps deep. Ooh. I mean, what would have happened to me in a vault? Hidden by my hair? Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Go on then. Smack bang in the middle. What's my name? Yeah, but go on. Oops. Can't pick that up. Let's get out there. It's an evil-looking clown toy. Idiot. Sugar bomb. Pretty much the same.
You have been tasked with nothing less than the rebuilding of America.
Okay.
Such a huge responsibility. Just know that Vault-Tec is proud of you. I am proud of you. When you hear this, it means I've been gone for several hours. I've got my own...
Hello.
Hello.
At last. Today is your reclamation day. I bet you're just bursting your bolts to get out there and see the world.
Investing my what?
24 hours. Excellent. Adventure and opportunity awaits you, Mum. The kiosks have valuable information to help you thrive out there.
Okay.
Best get cracking!
Indeed, a Rooney.
Imagine dying of hunger or thirst.
Would be silly. Next one.
Remember, Mum, Rad-X to prevent radiation sickness, Rad-Away to cure it. It must be terrifying leaving this warm, secure vault for a hostile wilderness with no running water or electricity.
Bye.
Remember, you don't have to go it alone. Find friends or make new ones. Your camp is the key to survival and rebuilding, so use it often. Outside, survival will be easy with your construction and an assembly mobile platform. Or camp.
Oh,
So catchy.
indeed. Catchy. Find flat ground. Drop your camp. Okie dokie. Which way am I going?
You must all go through that giant vault door alone. Unless, of course, you're next to someone else. Which I'd recommend, actually.
25 years. Tech alone. Imagine that. Adapt, learn, and thrive. Wow. Okay. Deleted file. Okay.
Overseer's log, or should I say, direct communication. Because whoever is listening to this had the moxie to try to find out where I've gone. But I'm glad you did. Truth is, I need your help. I've been given a task and I've decided to break protocol and tell you what it is. Because if there's one thing I've learned in these past few years, it's that we need to rely on each other.
Okay.
There were 3 active nuclear silos in Appalachia before the bombs fell. They blew up the world before. We can't let it happen again. So we've got to locate and secure all of the silos. Or die trying. Hopefully the former. But it's been 25 years. I just don't know what we're gonna find out there. Or where to start. My directive was to go to the nearest population center and assess the situation. I'll set up a camp on the way once I get my bearings. Find me there.
Okie dokie. Can't take any of this, can I? Where do I go? This way? What?
Some may call them jobs, but I like to think of them as perks. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Vaya con Dios. Buen viaje.
What? What? Okay. Luck-based factors. What shotgun go? Slugger. Right. Sure. I don't know what I just did. I hope it's the right thing. Mhm. I don't know what that means.
Oh, Mum. Those young ladies down there, they seem exceedingly alive. They haven't yet made any untoward advances, but perhaps you could speak to them? Verify their intentions are civil? I've been keeping watch here long enough to have learned that outside the vault, people don't always have one's best intentions at heart. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Until quite recently, it's been exceedingly peaceful. I maintained my post, greeted latecomers out of the vault, and otherwise reveled in Appalachia's natural splendor. But very recently, it seems people have come back to Appalachia. Those two and more to boot. The non-vault sort, you understand. It's all
Non-vault
very
sort.
concerning. Who knows what they might be up to? Well, yes, but it's been some time. But she was a resourceful woman. I'm sure she's all right. Do be careful out there, Mum.
Got to be a way in there. Maybe... Wait, a vault dweller? Hey there! Whoa, whoa. Just a friend here, not a threat. Just had some questions for you. You came out of the vault, right? I thought it was empty. Wait, is the door still open? God damn it. We got a tip from the Wayward. Heard of the place? A new bar down the road. So this guy told us that...
After you gave him the last of our caps?
And he said that inside that vault is the... You know, it's where the big one is. Our last chance to turn our lousy luck around. You know, the thing that brought everyone back. The treasure. Well, yeah, There was this big broadcast, but shouldn't you know it was in there?
I told you, Lacey. The guy was scamming us.
But those were the last of our caps. No. Someone has to know something. We're just gonna stick it out until we find them.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thanks for answering some questions for us, I suppose. Seems only fair I return the favor. Anything we can answer for you? Happy to tell you what I know, which isn't much. Someone made a broadcast not too long back about there being some kind of treasure buried in Appalachia. We don't know what, we don't know where. With people as desperate as they are, it's meant everyone with a functioning radio has come back to try and see if they can get a piece of it.
Monsters or no?
Guy we met at the Wayward. Carter, I think was his name. He gave us a couple of leads to chase down, in exchange for all our money. Up to us now to make something of them. About Appalachia?
Other than it's a graveyard?
There's that. We haven't been here real long, but from what we've been able to piece together, the area got hit pretty hard. Not long after, well, these things showed up.
The Scorched.
They're merciless. They seem to have cleaned up whoever the bombs might have missed. Without people around, everything else has gone haywire. We both came over from Virginia. Well, what was Virginia? There's a lot more hot zones that way. And the few spots that are livable, well, they got picked clean fast. I mean, Appalachia's dangerous, really dangerous. But it's better than where we've been.
Okay.
Watch yourself out there.
Shit. Wow. That cup blast. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, I know that sound. More? More? Yeah. Good. Wonder if I actually needed tibia. That's where I'm going. Whoa, what's that? Ew, intestine. Don't want any of that. Take some just in case. Mini truck. Right. Oh. Sure. Pretty. Oh, I can take. Wood pile. Okay. Plus and bacon, hey? Whoa. Do I need to investigate that? Or is that another player? That looks scary. What's that? Bee? That. What are you? Petrified core. Whoa. Oh, that's not friendly. Ugh. Okay, let's keep going. Whoa. Stop shooting at me. Oh, ew. Making rats. That was a mistake. Moonshine jug. Message to Sammy. Every night I look up at the sky. Brotherhood won and want us all. Blood running low. Get to Abby. Red rocket, make it stop. Cutting board. Cut board. Trunk. Pumpkin. I ate one. Just take part of it. Look at these guys. Wow. Yeah. Why are you following me?
Lady, I will paint the walls with you if you don't tell me where Crane's treasure is right now!
Sweet. Honey, you picked the wrong time to get a drink.
What are you? Hey! Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you?
Guy?
Oh, nice.
I told you it was gonna end badly. Now I'm hoping you're here to have a drink and play nice. I've had a gun pointed at me more than enough for one day. Huh. Well, not exactly the introduction to the Wayward I would have hoped for. Well, sorry about that, darling. First round's on me. Name's Duchess. There's something I could do for you. Not a whole hell of a lot. We only just got back here ourselves. 100 years ago, before the bombs, this was a popular little highway between two of Appalachia's biggest cities, Morgantown up north and Charleston to the south. We set up here hoping it might relive that fate, but so far all we've gotten is trouble. Your guess is as good as mine, sweetheart. He busted in here saying I needed to turn over the location of some fellow named Crane, who I guess I must have served at some point or another. Since then, a steady stream of miscreants has been making my life irritating. Not exactly good for a budding business. Now that you mention it, I could use an extra pair of hands. See? That boy we put down? He's not the first of his crew to roll in here. But I want him to be the last. Normally, I'd send my people out to clean house. But my muscles run off, so I don't have the bodies to spare right now. But I'm willing to pay good money if you put an end to this for me. So, what do you say? Only seems fair. The details, then. Now, each of these boys came in asking after Crane. I'm thinking we can make that work for us. How would you grab the attention of a bunch of single-minded thugs? Sure thing, Captain. We're gonna draw these boys in by making them think you're Crane.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second.
Don't know how she thinks that might work, but...
Okay, I think I'll just... I just want you to know, architecture ain't exactly my forte. Huh, not half bad. So what I've chicken scratched together here for you is the schematic for one custom-made Crane Treasure Hunting Inc. sign. If I didn't butcher the plans too bad, it's got a little system built in that'll make sending out an advertisement and getting this gang's attention a snap. You just need to build it, use the tape it spits out to tell the world you're open for business, and then convince any punks that show up to tell you where their boss is hiding. They did teach you all how to build from schematics up in that vault of yours, didn't they?
Sure.
That's the spirit.
Hey, if you need a refresher, good old Morty Mort can help you out.
Oh my
What
god,
are you
is
on
that
about,
Jane Newb?
Mordecai?
Hey, nah, I'm not bragging or anything, but I've got some tapes that cover that very subject.
Oh my god.
Oh, Mort, not the tapes. Well, you find yourself wanting a refresher? Talk to Mort. Of course, you're gonna need materials, but we should have enough lying around to cover you there. Get you together a little care package. Throw some rations in there, too, so you don't starve on me.
Cool.
And so you know, you might have to break some of this scrap down for parts. But I can spot you some workbench materials, too, since you're doing me such a big one. Who knows? Maybe you'll learn something while you do it.
Sure.
Now, You ready to get this show on the road?
I guess.
It is a lot to ask. Fine. I could do 75. But that's as high as I'll go. That means you're up to the task? Hot dog. Be good to have those dolts off our back at long last. Just make sure, once you find out where they're hiding, that their leader gets the message. The wayward gets left alone. Oh, and on the topic of leaders, you know, one of my people found this tape in the camp across the way, recorded by one overseer of Vault 76. It's
Hey, I know
a
that
little
place.
out of date at this point. But it seems it might have been left for someone from her vault. Maybe it was waiting for you?
Maybe.
Sounds like she set the camp up so her people could get some practice in self-reliance. Probably worth looking into if you think you could use a little refresher.
Sure. Read. Think more about building my camp.
Glad to hear Vault-Tec actually took care of some of their people. You hear these rumors, right, about them just throwing folks to the wolves. Here's some rations and a fancy suit. Good luck. Well, don't you worry that smooth little face of yours. You are in good company now. Because around here, we look after one another.
Gucci.
Now, what can I do for you?
I don't know.
I did, and your eye's still working, kids. That's the reason you're bringing up the obvious. Look, the world's hard now. Better you learn that lesson real fast.
Okay.
Don't have one. I'm an independent operator. When these folks need a hand or got an errand that involves running into radiation, they come to me. Rats? They don't bother me anymore. In exchange, Duchess lets me drink. It doesn't bother me too much about my tab. Really, about the best sort of setup a guy in my situation could ever ask for. Of course, sitting around looking like hamburger ain't all I do. Plans work out, I'll have all the drinking money I could ever need. But that ain't what you came here to talk about. Was there something else? Allergies. Learned the hard way. I can't stand within 10 feet of a strawberry. Come on, man, that's a joke. Truth is, I was outside on Doomsday. Now, you see, I drove security, and I was coming back from a pickup in the truck when I feel this rumble, and then quiet. Then a whole lot less quiet. And the truck was hit with this wind, and it was like someone dropped a hurricane on it. I can hear it battering the truck. Bang, 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 like it's got a grudge against it. And then I unlock the door and into the back, and then bang, I wake up, man, and it's crazy. Somehow, in the back of the truck, alive and kicking. All it cost me was my skin and any opportunity for someone liking me for anything other than my lovely personality. And that was the day I became, well, they call us schools. Not the most flattering name, but still beats being vaporized. I mean, it's got its advantages. Main one is that radiation rolls off me like water off a duck's ass. Can stride through a blast zone like it's a spring breeze. Also, means I can survive in situations that would turn a normal person into a TV dinner. The major downside? Well, shit, you're looking at it, right? Head to toe disfiguration. There's also, well, you might have seen them. Not all ghouls are the same. Not sure how it happens, why some ghouls lose their minds and others don't. But ever since I turned, there's always this nagging feeling just at the back of my mind that I will have to feast on humans. Raw! Seriously? Nothing? Shit, I thought it was funny. Overall, though, being a ghoul, mixed bag. Can't say I'd recommend it as a lifestyle choice.
Right on, Jay.
Listen, friend, you happen to be talking to the exact right person to fix your predicament. But if I'm gonna help you, I want something in return. All right, listen, I got this plan. You're gonna help me get rich. See, the folks who made it big off the gold rush, they weren't the prospectors. They were the folks that sold them their shovels. Now, I don't do shovels. What I collect is knowledge. I can go all sorts of places you folks with your rad-sucking skin can't. So, I'm selling what I've got between my ear holes, and you're gonna test it for me.
Okay.
I made these holotapes. Now, this set's all the info I dug up about that camp doohickey you Volters got. All I'm asking is you give them a listen and let me know what you think. You will? Oh, thank you. I mean, thanks. Just come back once you've taken them out for a test drive. Now, there anything else you wanted to chat about? Some other time then.
It's a lot prettier than Commonwealth. Geez, loading times are a hassle. Okay, what do I gotta do? Okay, let's focus on expert.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered, but... mutated animals? Haywire bots? No people so far. We have to be ready to rebuild in... what I can confirm is... hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault Tech was prepared. You see this? The cooking station, the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one. Just add resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory. I've left my camp behind so you can use it. I know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from. I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer, signing off.
That should track this Overseer and Flatwoods. Ooh, goody.
Son of a... what tiny fisted rat built... Oh, wait a second. The thing is on. It's... hello? Hello.
Okay.
This is Mort McCoy.
Oh.
And welcome to the first of Headmaster Mort's edutapes. Today we're talking about your camp. Now, former former Vault resident or someone who killed a Vault resident, let's start off with the basics. Placing your camp. When plunking down your camp, CAMP, that's an acronym, for the first time, remember to... Crap. Where'd that... Oh, here we go. Remember to take the lay of the land. Consider the grade of the terrain, general defensibility, and proximity to your surroundings. Could that cliff edge be used to protect your plane? You bet your chops it could. Once you found the perfect spot, it's time to move on to the best part of working with your camp. Construction! Construction can be an intricate process, so a steady hand and an eye for detainment, details, damn, I had to get that one. An eye for details are a must. You should take a moment to familiarize yourself with the camp's patented intuitive construction interface. But don't worry, we'll cover construction in gory detail in the next of Headmaster Mort's edutapes. So long. Come on.
Hello.
What was that?
Okay. So. Check the lag. Friend or foe?
Did those raiders come snooping around? You're gonna regret it.
Whoa. Ow! Far out. Idiot baby. I'll take your money though. Telephone.
I pressed the button. Hush! I think it's recording now. Shush! Hello? Hello there? Oh, I think it's working. I hate these things. This is Willie May, and I was asked to talk a bit about my life since the war to help educate future children someday. I think that's nice. I thought I'd just watch my programs and entertain the grandkids in my retirement. But that didn't turn out to be the case. I'm just glad they
they all made it to the vault in time, you see. When I saw it in a dream, I knew my prayers were answered. My husband Frank used to work in the mines. Just a bit before the war, there was news of tremors, and he didn't come home. I don't know what happened to him or why he never came home for sure. And between you and me, I'm fine with that. Since the war, I've just read my old newspapers and listened to music. It's very peaceful for once, which is just right nice by me.
Hello, pretty
Ever
cat.
hear of the Watoga Times Atomic Lottery? The winner got 10 years worth of Blamco mac and cheese, Salisbury steak, and Nuka-Cola, of course. I played that lottery for 20 years, and I finally won the month before the war. It lasted only 8 years, though. But who can you complain to? By the time it ran out, I had heard the responders' radio broadcast, so I went out to find them and get supplies. Bless their hearts. Well, I'm going home now. For a bit anyways. How do I turn this thing off? Oh, blast these things. Not this button. Not this one. Oh, oh, here it is.
Blended straight into the wall. What are we doing? We're looking for the overseer. Potato. Ooh. Good with the courage. Yeah. Brown. Volunteer bot. Okay. Oh no. He died. Mike. Must be a member of the bunker to the east. Okay. I'm a doctor though. A doctor of philosophy. Not just a nice shack by a pond. They were a shack by a pond, didn't they? Bugs. Okay.
Overseer's log, town of Flatwood. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. There's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry, tortured. One.
That's overseer,
what?
lady.
Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too.
Okay.
I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
That recipe. State strangle. Okay. Who are you?
Are you here for the responder training? That's right. They set up a radio signal that's been repeating for years now, calling people here to learn basic survival skills. Unfortunately, the responders are long gone now. But the training system is fully automated, so you can still learn everything you need to. I'm surprised you didn't know that. You must be new around here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you one of those people who was in Vault 76?
She's quick.
To be honest, you really don't have the look and feel of someone who spent their life out here in the wilds. The other people I've met from Vault 76 seemed a little more... how to put it, wide-eyed. inexperienced, still figuring things out, you know? They also tend to look healthier, more well-fed, and their skin's not so rough and calloused.
Cool.
Go right ahead. Me? There's not much to tell, really. I came in with Paige and the rest and stayed up at Foundation for a while. It was nice, but eventually I wanted to go my own way, you know? Get out and see some places I've never seen, figure out who I am. When I heard the message on the radio about Flatwoods, I was curious to meet the responders, so I made my way here. I decided to stay here and see what else I could learn. That's pretty much my story.
Yep.
It's up in the Savage Divide, which is what they call the mountains to the east. There are maybe a dozen settlers up there, though people always come and go, so it changes. Honestly, life is pretty good there. It's a community and everybody does their part to help.
Okay.
He's the closest Foundation has to a leader, I guess. I never got to know him real well, but he always seemed like a decent guy. Honest, reliable, cares about the people, that kind of stuff. Okay, what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, there's a couple of places around here that qualify as interesting. At least to me. The Agricultural Research Center is infested with feral ghouls and homicidal robots.
Awesome.
But you can find some good scrap in there if you're up to it. The New River Gorge Resort to the east is the same story. Maybe, minus the robots. I found it in one of the houses. It fits great, and it's really comfortable and pretty durable, too. I'd also be lying if I said it didn't have some sentimental value for me. I've admired the responders ever since I first heard about them. What they stood for, helping people no matter what. That was really important.
Yeah.
No problem.
Locate cache actor. Back through. Transferred to Morgan. Okay. He would have got along with the philosopher. Morgan Town before. Delicious and free. Coconut. sugar. Pepper. Check the old kitchen scale. What's going on? Okay. Ridiculous. Okay. Everyone's gone to the airport. Okay. I think I want whatever's in there anyway. Let's go check cash out. See if I can. Oh, that's chilly.
Automated warning to all responders. Mr. Farmhands are out of control. Evacuate civilians. And take down those supervisors.
DASA has asked us all to document our stories for posterity, you know. Seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoka, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio. We tuned in to from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoka to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water.
Okay.
I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People were boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse, too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
Oh my god. Where's the little bastard go?
Automated message. The Forest Watch detects all supervisors down. Good job. Responder team, proceed to the Ag Center and get to the mainframe. You need to reset the farmhand targeting parameters. That should keep our people safe in the area. Be careful.
Lab. Take it to the lab. Okay. Okay. Does it really have to take up the whole screen? Fatal extreme severe. Don't know what that means. melon juice. Potato juice. Interesting. Complete one more experiment. What did that say? Oh, Delbert went.
Tonight, we bring you the final chapter of Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flat Woods. In the last episode, pioneer scout Fred Fisher met a curious girl named Sally while hiding in the dark. But, as it turned out, they weren't alone.
Reverend Delbert Winters here, born and raised in this very town. Lit my own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. The responders are on a true mission, you see, helping folks through thick and thin, till the heavens open up again and take us all up anyways. When this all happened, I figured like most it was time. This was the end, but it wasn't, was it? We're still here. At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrong. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to have been thought. So I asked how? Why? I fought your wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them up there by your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass behind a dumpster. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried but got sick, they said, covered in their own filth. I realized right then and there that I was being tasked. From then on, I built kitchens, cooked good food, fed anyone who walked up with an empty belly. And I was thankful for my task in life. Thankful. Next time hell or high water land in my stoop, I'll be swept clear away with it. But until then, let's share a home-cooked meal together, all right?
Cook a ribeye. Sorry, promise. Oh. Okay. What did we have stashed? Hello? Food. Enter. Yeah, did that. Rewrite state. I should return to update stack it. Okie dokie.
Make yourself at home. I did.
Congratulations. Urgent message.
I bet this town was really nice before the war.
Maria ship it. Okay. Okay, well, I've been going a little while. What's the time? Oh yeah,
Hi
it's
there.
nearly midnight. Hi there. How do I log out of this? Mhm. Yeah. Other different people's camps. That's the airport. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I'll say goodnight. Thanks for stopping in. This wasn't as terrifying as I thought it was going to be. Or at least not yet. Yeah, I'll probably continue over the weekend maybe. Have a good day, good night, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.